the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. I got you.
Now it's Breida. And he is going to lose yardage here. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
21. 56. It's a party now.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
56.
Following the interception, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards there on the catch and run. A first down throw for Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
180! Alert! Topper!
We got to step it up.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Go!
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. This is Breida. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
I got you.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Give me that ball,
On first down, Garoppolo. Throwing deep here for Coleman. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, 62 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. And
they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. A run for Nick Chubb. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Hurry!
56, Mike, 56. Man.
Mayfield now from the 50. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
23 yards on the play. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Mayfield now gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now Mayfield to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive and you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Check nine, check nine.
Second down 6 at the 20-yard line.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Garoppolo on first down. Forced out to his left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
21. Here we go.
Mike 29.
Move.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Gotta do better. Come on.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Terrence Mitchell right there on the coverage. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Get tight. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Let's go. 21.
Tight dog.
I got you.
Ringo.
They run with Breida. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
Brought down back at the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Lock. Hey, exit.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 29 is Mike. Mike 29.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. Get hot.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They run for it with Breida. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
56 is Mike.
On 2nd and inches, Mayfield. Caught left side, it's Beckham. 23 yards the pickup there. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Mayfield looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Well, it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Gun.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's Breida. And he'll be brought down in what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover.
Here we go. White.
Rush in.
I got you.
Now a give to Breida. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
The tackle made by Christian Kirksey.
Two.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one covers 29 yards, first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
11.
Watch out.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
Mike 56.
Hey, Delta.
56.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Myles Garrett in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Here we go.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, when you talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, were they about 95% chance of winning?
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the ground, it's Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They run. Chubb. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. From the red zone now, Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Mayfield to throw it. This is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Niners take over 1st and 10.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone,
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Break it. 180. King.
You might be getting tired of seeing me.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Rolling to Njoku, pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown.
That's a touchdown right here.
David Njoku there to make the grab. Then the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was